I didn't think it was gonna rain today. Rain or shine, welcome back to Second Wind. Breaking old habits without beating yourself up. I used to believe the only way to break old habits was to just push harder. Here's the truth that I've learned over the past little while. When we change by shaming ourselves, we create resistance. That resistance leads to that guilt. You know that feeling. Just when you just kind of want to hide, it results in just ultimately not growing, obviously. It's the opposite. Okay, just for fun, you don't have to tell anyone, but think about the last time that you slipped on a habit. Maybe you ate junk food when, you shouldn't have. Like you're just driving along, mind your own business, and all of a sudden your car takes a hard right into 7-Eleven parking lot and chocolate bars in your hand before you know it. Hey, it happens. Or maybe you just simply missed a workout. Not to dwell on it, but you got that in your mind. Did you feel motivated afterwards, or were you more discouraged? Sitting there having that chocolate bar, smoking that cigarette, getting that 6-pack for when you get home, skipping the workout. Did you feel discouraged? Probably in the moment, I know, myself, I felt rewarded briefly, not really, fighting myself the whole time, getting it anyways. And so, bottom line for me, I know I felt discouraged because habits aren't actions. They're often tied to emotions, stress, and just deeper needs. And I'll tell you what, trying to just bulldoze right over them with self-criticism only makes things harder. How I'm shifting my approach is kind of like this. I started experimenting with something new, self-compassion. Instead of beating myself up when I slipped, I pause and ask questions. The gig's up. You gotta ask questions. What was going on when I did that? And what was the feeling attached to it? For myself, maybe I was stressed. But when I understand the why, I can gently redirect myself instead of punishment. Okay, for example, instead of saying, "You're weak for having that cigarette," I say, "I'm noticing that I'm smoking cigarettes when I'm bored." Okay, when my mind is working and my hands need to be working too. So when I'm bored, what else can I do in those situations to ease that feeling? That simple tweak, that simple rewire in the brain, for me, right now, is making all the difference. Making it feel less like a war zone and more like a conversation with myself, like the long run conversation. Being kind to yourself strengthens your motivation and resilience. It rewires your brain to associate change with positivity, not punishment. And that's powerful. So if you're out there right now struggling with habits, whether it be health, mindset, or lifestyle, please hear this. You don't need to be perfect. And you don't need to fight yourself. Change is a process and it's messy, but it is possible, especially when you treat yourself like a friend and not an enemy. I'm still on this path, still learning every day, and I'm inviting you to learn along with me. If you're out there catching your second wind and you find yourself thinking negatively about your progress, pause, take a deep breath, and say out loud, "I'm doing my best." And that's pretty awesome. You can choose whatever words you want to say to yourself, but it's important. It's important, yet it sounds so simple. This small practice can change how you feel about your journey. Now, the best part about the video, I encourage you to put down in the comments, how does this feel for you? I promise I'll reply to each and every one of you. I recommend watching one from this playlist next. Thunder, just the perfect moment. That was real, folks. That was real.